Recording now. All right. So now, is there anybody here? I doubt there is anybody who does not know how to create a Trello account, like creating your Trello account where you don't have a Trello account. Is there anyone? So I believe every one of us have gotten to the extent that we've created a Trello account. So what's remaining now is how to create your workspace and then start working on it. I don't know if we should use that same project we did yesterday, or should we go for another project? Should we generate another project on ChatGPT?
Yes, please. Yeah, let's generate another project.
Okay. All right. I'm cool. So before I do that, then I'll have to prompt ChatGPT. Um, let me see. Okay, so this was the task it generated yesterday, I think. Oh no, not this one. Okay, I don't think I can find it here anymore. So let's just start afresh. Now, I want to test my knowledge of Trello, how to use Trello, and I want ChatGPT to help me just assume a project and generate the steps I'm going to take to create that project. So I'll come and prompt ChatGPT by saying, uh, I want you to generate a project for me to enable me test my knowledge on using Trello. So let's see what comes up. Okay, so it generated a project, and the title of the project is Organizing a Community Outreach Program. Organizing a community outreach program. The objective is to plan, organize, and execute a community outreach program using Trello to manage tasks. This community, I don't understand though. I want something that has to do with the office. So I don't like that task. Let's just see how we can reprogram it to give us another task. So I will say, give me a task that can be done in an office environment. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so it says this one is organizing a quarterly team building event. The objective is to plan, organize, and execute a team building event for your office using Trello to manage tasks. So create a Trello board, name your board quarterly team building event, and then these are the lists we are supposed to set up. And on the list, we are going to add each and every one on this of these cards. On to-do list, we are going to add these cards. On ideas list, we'll add this card. Resource list, we are going to add. Just let's follow it step by step. So we are going to start from creating a Trello board. So
So are you taking a video of it? Sorry,
yes,
sorry
it's
to
it's
interrupt.
recording. It's recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, so once you are on your Trello back office, for you to create, because we are assuming that this is a brand new Trello. Okay, please just a minute, please. Let me. I think my data is about to run out. Let me just recharge from my bank. Just give me a minute. That little delay. Okay, so once you are in your back office, all you need to do is you click on this plus sign here, and you see create a board, start with a template, and create a workspace. Now, I want to create a brand new workspace which is going to represent our company. The one we created yesterday represented the company we had yesterday. So let's assume this is a new company right now, which we are about to carry out this new task. So I'm going to create a new workspace, and then we name it let's name it digital witch 30 Digital Witch 30 Days Company. Okay, so this is the name of the company, Workspace, and then we are going to choose what type of company it is. Let's call it human resource. Then this description is just if how will I put it? Let's just put anything there. A test workspace, and then you click on continue. It will create this workspace, and then I will now add the people I want that are working with me in the company. So let me let me have about 2 or 3 people drop their emails, please, on the chat box so that I can add them. I need like 2 or 3 emails. Okay. Okay. So the Brat Dynasty. Which one again? Happiness one Okpara. Abi, is it one?
No.
Sorry? Okay, Christy Daodu.
It's okay. Why are we still dropping email? It's okay now.
It's okay. I'll just take like 5 people. I'll take like 5 people. Joy alone. And then one more person, Daniel. Here's way. Okay, so I have let's call it a 5-man team that we are going to be working on this project together. So now we have created the company itself, which is our workspace, because every company has a workspace. Remember when Ekwe was teaching us, say that every workspace you see here represents a company you are working for. So assuming maybe you are working for 2-3 companies, for you to be able to do anything, you have to make sure you are at the right workspace before you do whatever you want to do. So these are the workspaces I have in this account. I have the ones I created before. Then the one we created yesterday, accountability group 1, is still here. And then we have this Digital Witch 30 Days Company. So we are going to now create a board. The board is going to be for this project we want to execute, which according to ChatGPT is organizing a quarterly team building event. So we are going to create a board and name it quarterly team building event. That's the name of the board as ChatGPT gave us. So now I'm going to click on this plus sign again, and now I'm no longer creating a workspace. I'm creating a board. I can decide to start with a template. Let me start with remote team meetings, because what we are supposed to do is team building event. So let's create this for remote team meeting. Let's use that template, and then we are going to change the name of that to quarterly team building event. Then the workspace which we are creating this board is on this Digital Witch 30 Days Company, and then the visibility of this workspace, we're supposed to set it as well. If you put it on private, it means only the people that I grant access to that workspace can have access to it. If I leave it on workspace, all the members of the Digital Witch 30, all the emails I added right now will be able to access this board. But if I leave it in private, it's not all the emails that will access it. It's the people I now decide to, after adding your name to that, your email to the whole board, I will have to, to the whole workspace. I still need to add your email to the board for you to be able to access it. That's if I leave it in private. Then I want to select workspace so that every member can have access to that. I think there are 3 of them, yeah. Then there is public. Public says anyone on the internet can see this board. Only board members can edit it. So let's use workspace. Then I create the board. Now we have the board right here. We have the board. Now the next thing we are supposed to do after creating the board is to set up the lists on the board. We already have a list that came with this template, which is this one, this week, previous meeting, January 25th or whatever, January 18th. So now we are going to, this is not the boards we need, the list we need. We are going to create our own list or change the name of these lists to what we need them for. So the first list we are supposed to create is the list called to do. So let me just copy it and then come here, paste the list here, to do. The second list is in progress. Copy it and then paste. I'll change this one that is written this week. Once you click on that right up there, it will give you the opportunity to paste this on top of it and then press enter. Then the third one is completed. So I'm going to change this previous meeting to completed. Then the next one is January 25th, ideas. So I'll change that January 25th to ideas. And then resources. I'll change this to resources. Now, assuming that there is one more list that ChatGPT wanted us to create, and we don't have enough on this template, all I need to do is to scroll to the end of this list and you will see add another list there. You click on it, add whatever list that is remaining, and then click on add list. So now the next thing we are doing is add cards to this list. So each and every one of these lists, we have to add cards to it. Card stands for individual tasks. You understand? This list you are looking at is the levels of the project, the different levels that the project has, or the different levels that each task has gone through. So some of the tasks that are still in to do are the ones that that we have not even started doing them. We still have the plans to start doing this one. In progress means the ones that are already in progress. Then completed are the tasks that we have already completed. Just that same way. So now we are going to under these different levels of the project, we are going to put the ones we still have in to do, the ones that we've not started doing. We are going to put all of them, all the tasks here. So ChatGPT has already generated these tasks here. Let me see if there is any other. Monitor progress, reflect. Okay, now if you take a look at this task, there are some things that are missing, which I can also prompt ChatGPT. Like I told you, you can keep prompting it until it gives you exactly what you want. Now, we want to add a timeline to this list, but it did not give us timelines. So I can come back here and say, give me a timeline and due dates for this project and all the tasks involved. And then it's going to regenerate this exactly the way it is, but it's going to add dates to them. So it's left for you. You can always tweak ChatGPT any way you want it. Sorry, did you say something, Clem? I thought I heard something. Okay, so it has given us timeline.
No.
Okay, I thought you said something. It has given us timeline. It said, here is a detailed timeline with due dates and organizing a quarter, whatever. This example assumes a project start date of June 10th. So the start date of this project is June 10th, 2024, with the event date set for July 31st. So which means we have from 10th of June to 31st of July, which is the main event day to plan this task. and it has given each and every one of these individual tasks a date, a deadline. It says project deadline and due dates. The project start date is June 10th. Define the event goal. Let me go back to this place and see. Okay, now if you take a look at this now, you will find out that ChatGPT has removed all these tasks from where they are supposed to be. This define the event goals was supposed to be under to-do list, but it didn't give me this list again there. So it has removed the list, which means for me to know where to place each of the cards, I will have to be going up and down, which I don't want. You understand? So I can also go ahead and prompt it. Let me see a prompt to use for this. This is okay, but you have removed the lists. Put the list back so I can know where each card belongs. And then let's see. Okay, so I don't know if we are seeing the pattern here. You can keep prompting. Sometimes ChatGPT head dey craze. As it just generates the dates for me, it just remove the lists. So for me to know which list I'm working on, I have to be going back up and coming back down. So I don't want that. So if you see now, it has brought back the list. So under to-do lists, we have define the event goal, decide on the event, select a theme for the event. So it has put them back in the list, and even went ahead to break them down into week 2. This is week 1, this is week 2, week 3. So now let's start creating our cards. And then something else is missing. Okay, I think we are good to go. Okay, so under to-do list, the first card we are supposed to create is define the event goal. Define the event goal. So I will go here. Under this to-do list, I will add a new card. Add a new card and title it define the event goal, and then click on add. Then the second one is decide on the event date. Copy it and then paste it here. We're just going to do all the cards before we start editing them individually. Select the theme for the event, copy it and paste it here. Add card. Okay, I think there is an error here. Select. Select. Okay, so and okay, the other one is find a venue. All these are still under to-do list. Let's go back up and check if they were all under to-do list. Okay, find a venue. All of them were under to-do list as well there. So find a venue. Find a venue. I might not use all of them. I'll just use some. I think on this card, we might just stop at week 2 so that the video will not be too long. Plan the agenda. Next one is arrange for food and beverages. Arrange for food and beverages. And then the last is organize team building activities. Okay, so we have all our cards. We have all our cards under the to-do lists. We have all our cards. Now let's go down and see other lists that we need to add something on them. Idea lists. On ideas lists, potential venues. So on ideas, potential venues. Then the second one is what? On ideas, activity suggestions. Activity suggestions. Then the last on that list is menu ideas. The card menu ideas. So we are done. Now there is a reason why it didn't give us anything to put on in progress and completed. Now we are still planning the task. Everything is still under to-do list. Every single thing we are doing is still under to-do list. Now, once we have defined the event, once we start working on this, maybe you have assigned a team to start working on this to select the event goal. You can move it to in progress, which means there are some teams that are already working on it. Then you have some team also deciding on the event. You put it. Then once they have selected the event goal, we say, okay, this is the event goal. You can put it on completed. So that's why you see that ChatGPT didn't give us anything to put under in progress and completed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything under this in progress and to do. So if I want to remove a card, I have to click on this pencil sign here, this edit sign here, this edit button, and then I click on archive. Then this one as well, archive it. I'm removing everything under here. Everything. Okay, so from here now, any one we start working on, you can easily drag and drop it on in progress. Then when you are finished working on it, you are done with that particular one, you can move it to completed. So this one, why is it not allowing me delete? Okay, so that is that about the cards. Let me see, resource list, venue contact. Maybe we'll just skip these ones. They are still the same process of adding cards and putting them on every one of the card. So let me see, summary of the deliverables and due dates. These ones are still under to-do list. Define the goals, whatever. Okay. All right. So now all these ones, it's not like the one we had yesterday that had sub tasks, or how will I put it, that had what do you call that again, that had checklists under them. So let me see if ChatGPT can help me add some checklists. Can you help me add some checklists? Lists on some of the cards. Okay, so it has helped me to add some checklists under some of the cards. We are not going to use all of them, but I just want to use it to demonstrate to you how we can create checklists under each card. So it says under define the event goal, we can create these checklists. The first one is discuss with the team. So we are working under this define event goal now. So we are going to click on it. It's going to open the card, and then you add checklist. Click on this checklist button here, and then once you have clicked on it, you click on add, and you see the checklist comes here. So I'll put the first one, which is discuss with the team, add. The second one says identify key objectives, copy it, and then add it as another checklist. The third one says set measurable goals. add. Then the next one says document goals and share with team. Document goals and share with team. So, and is there another one? I think that's the last one. Then this one's plenty. I'm looking for one that is not plenty again. Okay, I think we've been this alone will show us how to create a checklist. What this checklist means is that these are individual tasks that together all of them make up this particular defined events goal. So you have to discuss with the team and identify the key objectives of this event, then set measurable goals. Okay, at the second week or the first week, we are supposed to have reached this level at this week, so you understand. Then document goals and share with the team. So document means to put down everything you are doing at that particular time, all the goals that you people are putting together. You make sure it is documented. So all these things are all the checklists. Once all these are complete, then you know that you have completed this particular task. Notice that each one of these tasks you mark is going to give you some percentage to complete. So which means if we mark the first one, we are 25%. This task is 25% complete. The second one means it's 50% complete. Now, these tasks are not going to be carried out by the project manager. His own is to set the task, assign them to individuals. So we are going to be doing the assigning to the different people that I added to this board. The different people that I added to this board, let me see. I don't know. Okay. So members, these are all the people I added to this board. You understand? So I can decide to assign this task to, let's say, I can decide to assign this task to, let's say, Diane Ihezue. I'll assign the task to her. And let's say that Diane Ihezue is in, how will I put it, in socials department. You understand? There's a reason I mentioned that. I will still tell you that later. Okay, I've assigned this to her. Now, the next one is decide on the event date. I don't think there is any checklist assigned to that, so we're not going to create checklist for that one. Now, there was something I was showing yesterday before we stopped the meeting. I told you that you can have different. This is the general planning board. Someone unmuted himself. Josephine, please mute yourself.
Josephine, please mute your mic.
All right, thank you.
Don't worry, I'm taking her off from the class. Don't worry.
Okay, so I was telling you yesterday that you can mirror a card to a particular department. Let's assume that this is the general board that the project manager of this particular event created. But there are different tasks that he wants the social department. Let's assume the company has a social department. There are some tasks that he wants the planning department to do. You know, you can mirror these tasks. Once you create them here, you make them appear in their own board. So probably you don't want to give them access to this major board here, or you don't want them to be able to edit this major board here, but you want to be the one in charge. But each and every task that you assign to them, you want it to appear on their board. I will still show you how to mirror tasks to individual departments. The reason why we do that is this. If you mirror a task to a department, it appears on their board. When it appears on their board, whatever they do on that task, if they edit that task, it is going to appear. If they mark that task as complete, it is going to come on this main board here and mark as completed. I don't know if I made sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will not be using this board to show us because my trial this thing has expired. So I will show us some other things that are remaining before we go to the first board, the first task I worked on. I will show you how to mirror a card to another board. And then I'll also show you how to use some other power-ups like calendar power-ups and all that. Now, let me see. There's something that came to my mind, but it has skipped my mind. Let me go back to this first and see if I can get it back. Okay. Now, I want to show you how to use, what do they call it again? How to use this custom fields. I think this was what I was doing yesterday before we stopped. So I want to show you how you can use the custom field. I showed you how you use label yesterday, right? But
Yes.
okay, maybe I will do that again because I believe there should be people here in this call that were not on the class in the class yesterday. So let's
Yes,
assume
please.
that hold on. Let's assume that I want to create labels that will show which of the departments that I am going to assign this task to. You understand? So the labels are going to come in different colors. So all I need to do is the reason I got this from the videos I watched. The reason why I create this card, a different card for label, is that it's when you click it all once you create the labels, all of them are going to appear here. And when you click on them, it's going to open. Let's do that so that I'll show you what I'm saying. So let's create a label. Let's call this the first one. Planning team. And then let's call the second one logistics team. Save. Then let's call the third one catering department. These are just all assumptions so that I will use to demonstrate what I mean. Catering department. So for you to be doing this kind of task, it means probably you are how do they call them? These people that manage event planning company.
Event planner.
Yes, you are an event planner for you to handle this kind of event. So let's call this catering department. What other departments can we? I want 4 so that finance. Let's do finance department. So on that label that I created, the card, I have to activate all the labels I created. I have to make sure that each and every one of them are activated so that they can all appear on that label card. Now, there is something I also showed yesterday, which is there are people that are colorblind. That all these green, orange, yellow, whatever, they are not seeing these colors. To them, they are seeing the darker ones as black and the lighter ones as white. You can also go ahead and include what we call colorblind friendly mode. Once you click on this, it's going to attach a logo, or what will I call it, a symbol on each of this card. This is to enable those who are colorblind to be able to differentiate which one is which one. So once you enable this colorblind friendly mode, even if you have 200 colors here, you added 200 different labels here, it's going to put different designs on each and every one of them. Because let's assume the labels you need, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, is more than 8. You can go ahead and create more. And it will still add colorblind friendly pattern on those cards that you created. So now, I've created this label and then I'll close this. The reason I like having my label here is that if I decide to assign this task now to planning team, if I decide to assign it to finance team.
Hi.
Hello?
I don't know if it's. I can't see your screen. No. If it's green, I can't see your screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think his network got terrible or something. I don't know.
Is there any other person? Oh, is every one of you not seeing my screen?
I just see it now.
I'm seeing it, but your voice is breaking.
Okay,
You
I
can see
think
it, but your voice
I
is
think it should be
breaking.
network. Is my voice better now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
better now.
Yeah, it should be network. Okay, so like
Please don't be offended. Can you go to that label or something? It started breaking there.
okay, where did you people stop hearing me?
The color blindness. When you're talking about the color blindness and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was saying that there are some people that are color blind. That all these colors they are putting here does not mean anything to them because they can't differentiate which is which. The green that is dark, they will see it as black. Any color that is lighter, they see it as white. You understand? Now, you can enable this color blind friendly mode so that it will add all these symbols. If I disable it now, you see that it's only colors you are going to see. But if I enable it, you are going to see these symbols here. All these symbols. So anybody who cannot see color can use these different symbols to differentiate which of this is which. Now, I was also saying that the reason why I like having a card called label is this. Most times I always add description to it. You understand? Maybe each of this color represents a department or whatever. So you can add a description so that whoever sees it will know what it stands for. Now, why I like adding it is that once you click on it here, you are going to see all the teams that are involved in this particular event. We have the planning team here, logistic team, catering department, finance department. So you are seeing all of them in this one card called label. Now I can now decide to assign this define the event goal to the planning committee because that should be the work of planning committee. So define event goal. Let's assign it to the planning team, and then we close it. You find out that it has already been assigned to the planning team here by this the virtue of this color that has been added here. And then let's say there is not okay. Let's just assign randomly because if I start waiting for the one that finance team can do, let's say we assign this particular one to logistics team. To logistics team, you find out that it's open here. You are going to see logistics team. This one to planning team. You understand? Now, I was telling you earlier about how you can mirror this card to boards. Now, all you are left to do is to create a board that only the planning department will have access to, another board that the finance team will be the only ones that will have access to it, another board that the catering department, all the people in catering department, you are going to put them on that board. So whatever task you assign to them, they will be the only ones seeing it. They will be the only ones who can edit the task. Now, I need something that can enable me demonstrate how to use the custom fields. So I can also tell ChatGPT include something on this task, on this project to enable me create a custom field. Let me see what it's going to come up with. Okay, so checklists. Sorry. Okay, I won't be able to add custom fields to these individual to this checklist because of my account. Let me try and see if it's possible. Let me just see if it's possible. I won't be able to do that. Okay. Now, something else I forgot to show you was how to add due date to tasks. You can add the due date to individual tasks. This is when you are expecting this team to submit this work. You understand? So let's assume that this particular task, define the event's goal, is supposed to start on 10th of June, and you expect the team to have finished this particular task in the next 7 days, which is on the 17th of June. So you can come here and open this define event goals. You open it, and then you see dates here. I want to include a deadline, that's a start date and an end date. All I need to do is to click on activate this start date because it's not activated. Then the start date should be on 10th of June and the due date should be on 17th of June. So they have just 1 week to perform this task, and I want them to submit this task to me on that 17th, 2 hours before closure of work. I want a reminder to enable them submit. This reminder will come to me, and also if I assign the card to their department, it will also come to them. So this is 5 p.m. Work closes by 5 p.m. So I'm setting this time to be 2 hours before the work closure for that day. Once I save this now, you will see that the due date will appear here, June 10 to June 17th. Before, when my account was still in trial mode, I can assign due date for individual tasks. Like this between these dates, the major task is starting on June 10th, but I want this team by June 12th. You would have been able to finish this discussion and decide whatever you are deciding. By June 13th, you should have. So I could be able to add this before, but now I can't add it again. So if you click on this time, whatever you are seeing here, it will show you how you can assign due dates. You understand? But I can't use that anymore because of my account. So what next am I missing? Okay, that's that custom field. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, the call is about ending. I want to create a new link. I want to drop a new link for everyone to join.
Okay, let me pause. I'm using one stone to kill two birds. As we are learning the Trello, and I'm still trying to show us how we can navigate ChatGPT. Because as the call ended, something came to my mind. This last prompt that I gave ChatGPT, he put the custom field. Someone is making noise. Please mute yourself. So he gave me this custom field to create it under the checklists. But like I told you earlier, I cannot create custom fields. Let me even check if I can still create custom fields in general before we start doing that. Okay, I won't be able to do that. Okay, now I believe everything we are supposed to do on this account is done. So is it okay if I switch to the first board I created, the first workspace I created, so that I can demonstrate the rest? Because that's the only workspace that I can do every other thing right now. Let me just switch back to my main workspace. Okay, so hold on. Yeah, I want to show us something here. You see, when I created this task, this particular project, I put due dates on all these ones. You see, all these ones that are red means they are already due, but they are not completed. So if you hover on it, it will tell you this card is past due. this card is past due. So because they have not ticked them that they are completed, the date that we are assigned to each and every one of these cards has expired. That's why you are seeing all of them in red like this. You understand? So now let me show you how you can mirror a card. Let's assume this is one of the cards we are working on. In that our what's the title of that this thing we are doing, self? In that our whatever party planning.
Quarterly team building
Yes,
event.
quarterly team event. Yeah. So let's assume this is one of the cards we are working on. Or which one should I? This card is already mirrored, so I might have to create another card. That card is already mirrored and I don't have any other one I can mirror. So let me create a new card here that I can mirror. Then what was that I was trying to do? Custom fields. Okay. So now I can decide to tell ChatGPT to add the custom fields to the list itself. To the card itself and not to the checklist, because I can't create custom field on that checklist anymore. So I will say add the custom fields to the list itself and not the checklist. Let's see if it will be able to do that. So under collect attendees detail, that means we have to create this card so that I can add checklist. I already created it. Under collect attendees detail, use custom fields to track specific attendee details such as dietary. The reason why we use custom field, I've used this label already. I've used label here already to differentiate the different phases of this project. And I can no longer use this label for something else. Let's say I can't use this label for something else now, but I need another differentiator that will show something else different. I don't know, maybe your office, the company has a branch in Lagos, a branch in Kano, a branch in Abuja, and there are tasks that the head office want to assign to the Abuja branch. There's one we want to assign to Kano branch. So let's assume that we want to create a custom field titled it's not states I want to use, branches, different branches. So I can come here, click on this custom field that's under this particular collect attendee details, but it gave us a custom field we can use here. It says use the custom field to track specific attendees details such as dietary preferences, shirt sizes, and special accommodation. So custom fields, create a custom field called dietary preferences. Then use the drop down option to put the different so let's start creating it to avoid plenty talk. So we are going to create a checklist here, a custom field here that will enable us to know the different dietary supplements. So I'm adding a new field called dietary preferences. Then it said we should use drop down option.
Drop down.
Yes, so I'm going to select drop down option, and then I will add the different dietary supplements. Vegetarian, add which one again? Vegan or vegan. Add gluten free. Add, and then we have no preference. No preference. Now I've created this custom field, but I need to also differentiate them with colors. So I assign the colors to them.
You didn't add others.
Okay, is there others there?
Yes.
Okay, others. Now I'll also activate this color for them, and I don't know why it doesn't have color blind. Okay, I need to show field on front of card. Okay, now it doesn't have that color blind, so I'll have to go and activate it. But it's activated here. Why is it not? Okay, okay. So if you see that custom field I added is already here, we have vegetarian, we have vegan, we have gluten free, and then others and all those plenty things. Now, this is the custom field I created earlier where I am assigning tasks to individual teams. So let's use, since we are using this board, let's say I'm assigning this to content team. We know that we don't have a content team here, but let's just use that. Okay, if you select anyone, it will come with the colorblind aid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
icon, yeah.
Yes, anyone you select, it will come out with the colorblind icon. Every one of them. So now, this task, I'm going to mirror this task to the content team. We already have the content team here. So what you need to do, you would already have created a board for the content team, which only people in content team will have access to, a board for the executives, which only people in executives can have access to, and then this general board, which is handled by you, the project manager, and whoever you want to plan this project with you. Now, before you mirror this card, the first thing you need to do is you need to activate the mirror power up on this particular board, this particular general board that everybody has, that you the project manager is using to plan the event. The mirror board is going to be activated on it, and you're also going to activate the mirror board on each and every one of these individual departments. So how do you activate it? You're going to come here, you're going to come to these three dots on the home, on the top right corner of the main screen. I don't know if we are seeing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you are going to click on it, and then you will see power ups here. Click on power ups. Okay. I don't think I can still use. Okay.
Please, can you come again, please?
Okay, hold on, I'm coming. For you to activate this mirror tool or power, you have to. The power up is like, how will I put it? It's like different. It's like different integrations. Not really integration. The power ups you are seeing are not created by Trello company. If you go there, you are going to see different individuals that created the power ups. Like the mirror tool I'm using is created by one company called Unito. It's called Unito Mirror Tool. So it's just like companies that created. I want to give an example so that we can understand. Individual companies that created different. It's just like if you are used to crypto, you know that Binance is a wallet, but under Binance we have Ethereum, which was not developed by Binance but is a coin on its own, but Binance also added it to their platform. We have Bitcoin, which is added to their platform. So these are all different. I'm thinking of the best word to use, but you can use these tools that were generated by different individuals to do different things. There is the calendar tool you can use, but they are not all generated. They are not all produced by Trello. They are all integrated. Sorry,
It's more like a marketplace.
Third party.
Yeah, they are third party apps. Exactly, third party apps created by different companies and individuals that you can use to work on Trello. So that's exactly what I was looking for. So I don't know. I hope this power up is still working, because unless they've changed it, I think they've changed the outline. Enabled. I don't even know why.
So is this power up a template on Trello?
It's not a template.
It's a
Power
third
Up is
party.
like the marketplace where you see all the third-party tools.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's like a marketplace where you see all the third-party tools.
Sorry, Mr. Chideze, when I used it last night, what I did when I clicked, just like the search, searching space, if you
Okay.
type the particular one you need, yes, exactly, to
It has
come out.
opened. Yeah, it has opened. So I'm going to disable. Okay, I'm going to disable this tool and then add it back so that you can see. It's going to give me a problem. If I disable it now, I won't be able to. So all you need to do is click on this power up. You should know what you're already looking for. If you know what you're already looking for, it's going to be easier for you. So what you need to do, like I already know that what I'm looking for is Unito Miro. I type Unito here, it's going to bring it out, or I just type mirror because there are different mirrors. But from the research I made, I found out that the best mirror you can use on Trello is the Unito. That's why I used Unito. If you look at this here, you see there is a label on it called staff pick. So this is the one that even the staffs of Unito, of Trello, this is the one that they endorse. So I made some research, and everywhere I go, I'll see them talking about Unito Miro. That is very easy to use. So that's why I also used it. You understand? So you see here, there are other mirrors. Two-way mirror sync by Plaka. Then we have two-way card mirror by FullZync. These are all companies that created their own mirror tools, but this is the one I used. So the moment you go, let's assume that I want to activate Calendar Power Up because I can't activate that Unito now. All you need to do is, okay, let's activate this two-way mirror and sync. You just click on this add, and then you scroll down and click on this add. It's going to load up, and then I will need to, because when I did Unito, I also had to sign up for Unito. So you need to click on this sign up and go and create an account with Plaka before you can be able to use this particular tool. So it's already showing me that the power up is here because the number has increased from 2. The number of active power ups has increased from 2 to 3. But I don't want to use it, so I want to disable that particular one. This two-way mirror tool, let me disable it. So, but I hope this was able to demonstrate to you how you can add power up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we would have to learn what made you disable it. Is there something? Okay, no, nothing. I just want to disable it. Okay, now it is going to be better if I create what are those teams we created on that board? We had the finance team, we had the planning
Finance
team.
team, catering,
So let me create another new
planning.
board because I also need
And
to add the power up to that board so that you can see how I added it. So let me create catering team, catering department or team.
department.
Yeah. On Golden Blaze workspace, let's make it private. The reason I'm making it private is that I want only the members of catering team to have access to that board. So anybody that is added, who is in catering team, and you add the person to that, the only ones that are seeing their board. The way we are seeing all these boards here, they will not. Someone in content team cannot access the catering department. You understand? So that's why it's this way. So let me see. It has created catering department. So I want to add Unito Power Up Mirror 2 to it. But before then, let's create a board and title it to do on catering department. Let's create a board because this is what I want them to do. So I'll create a board and title it to do. So this is where I want to mirror that particular task to. Now I'm going to go to Power Ups and then search for Unito. Either Unito or Miro, whichever one you do is okay. So Unito two-way card mirror. There's another one, but this is the one I used. Unito two-way card mirror. So I won't need to sign in because I already have used this one. Okay, so it has activated. It has activated this one. If you see, the number of power ups have increased to 1. Now, what I need to do is to go to where I have the task that I want to assign to catering department. This is the task I want to assign to them. I click on it, it opens. And then if you did not activate the mirror tool on this board, you are not going to see it here. If you didn't activate it, you are not going to see it here. That's the reason why you need to activate it on the board and activate it on catering department board. So I'm going to click on mirror, this task. Trial has expired. I'm gonna calm down now. Let me see the ones I mirrored, if the steps will be there. Okay, this one is mirrored. My trial has expired. Maybe you people who still have their mirror tool, who
He's
still have their
saying
trial.
authorize. He's saying authorize.
Authorize.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if maybe you share your screen later so that we can use it as and then I'll be telling you what to do. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. So this same way, you can also add not only mirror tool, you can also add the calendar tool, where each and every one of these tasks that you gave an expiration date, a due date, this their due date will appear on your calendar. The due dates that you set for each and every one, it will come to your calendar and write gather initial requirements from stakeholders and put these due dates on your calendar. So you on this Power Up, you can also search calendar. There are a lot of things on this Power Up. A lot. Plenty things. There are many things on this Power Up. Let's see if we can find calendar. This is calendar Power Up. Visualize Trello cards in a calendar view. This is the Google Calendar plus Trello two-way sync. So it depends on you, whichever one. There are many things you can do here. Let's see if we can check them one by one. Analytics and report. There are many things you can do. This is a slope calculator. I don't even know what most of them do. Clockify integration for Trello. So this is their own marketplace, their integration zone where you can integrate a lot of things. Let me even see if we have what's the name of this Zapier. If there's anything, okay, there is Zapier here also. So this is their own marketplace where you can integrate anything you want to. You say automate repetitive tasks so you can focus on your most important work. Zapier connects Trello to over 1,000 apps. So there are a lot of things you can do in this Power Up. Their own marketplace is called Power Up. I think that's just about that on. So Mr. Clem, I don't know, maybe we can go into questions now.
He actually tried to message us.
Okay.
He needs to rest.
Okay, no problem. So I don't know if anyone has question. Maybe I can take your questions now.
Yes, I have a question. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, please, I didn't get what the mirror is used for. I don't really understand that aspect of it. I don't know if you can explain what the mirror is used for.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, you are seeing this card here, right? Hello?
Yes, I can
Mary
see
Rose,
it.
right? Mary Rose, you can see this card here now, eh?
Yes, I can.
This card, this particular task is assigned to content team. Okay. It's assigned to content team. Or hold on. It wasn't supposed to be content team. Custom fields. It was supposed to be catering department. So let me edit it so that I can use it to show you what I mean.
Okay.
Catering department. And change the color to blue. Okay, so I'm assigning this card to catering department. Now, this board you are looking at here represents our whole project committee, our whole company. Everybody in the company has access to this board. even though they might not be able to edit it, but everybody has access to this board. But if you now come down, you will see that every department, let me use the main work we were doing today to explain it, because this one is so plenty things everywhere. Where is that? Quarterly team building event. Okay, now this particular task here is supposed to be carried out by planning team. I'm the project manager. I've created the task and I'm assigning them to different departments. Ensure you do this before so and so date. Ensure you do this before so and so date. You understand?
Yes.
But on this general board here, I don't want them to make a mess of it. I want to be able to monitor what is going on from my own end here. So if each individual department, let's say planning team, have their own board, that only members of planning team have access to that board. Is it clear up to here?
Yes,
Now,
it
this
is.
task, if I assign it to them on this board and leave it here, they will not know that they are supposed to carry out a task. So what the Miro tool does is that it takes this card from the general company board and places it, you will place the card on the planning team board. The planning team will have their own board here. It will place this card under the planning team. So the card will appear. They will know that, there is a task that is assigned to us. So you understand?
Okay.
Now, whatever change, let's assume that on their board, they have finished this particular task and they mark it here in their own board. The moment they mark it, on my own general board, this general board, it will appear also that they have completed one of the tasks.
Okay. Yes, I get
So
it
let's
now.
try it out with the one I created earlier so you will understand what I mean. This Golden Blaze workspace, there are some that are okay, it's not active again. The Miro 2 is not active. I saw it there. So I can't even, but you understand what I explained now.
Yes, I understand.
Whatever changes they make on their own board will appear on the general board that this task is completed.
Yes,
So that's what the Miro tool is used for. Any other question?
Thank you.
Yes, please, I have a question.
Okay.
Can I ask? Sorry, please, Mr. Chidozie, just on what Mary Rose said.
Yeah.
If you now make a change on the general board, will it still appear in the departmental board as well?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
That's why it's called
Thank you.
mirror. If you are looking at the
Okay.
mirror, you are seeing yourself exactly how you are. If you put
Mr. Chidozie.
charcoal mark on your face, it will appear on the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Chidozie.
Yeah.
I want to ask something. This Trello, sorry to ask, I don't know. Let me not be ashamed. Where exactly can you find yourself to use it? Like, what is it really for, this Trello now? Sorry.
Trello is a project management tool. So if you are a project manager, that's when you use Trello to carry out tasks. So you use it to plan. Instead of, all those days where they will have a what do you call this board where you can pin sticky notes on that will show tasks that you are.
White marker board or notice board.
Yes. So this is like I will call it the digital version of it, only that it has a lot more things than that white marker, where you can go and. How many of us have watched what's the name of this movie that they were wearing, that Bella Ciao, I've forgotten the name again. Money Heist.
Money Heist.
We have watched Money Heist, right? We saw how Professor was planning the robbery, where they have a board where this is just like that.
Okay.
So that's what that's what Trello is used
Mr.
for.
Chidozie, can I ask?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I ask?
No problem. You can go ahead.
Okay. What I want to ask is, if maybe you get a remote job, is your tax only as a project manager to only create tax for the company or something?
No, that is not only.
Is that the only?
That's not only your task. Your task is also to supervise. Your task is also to monitor and make sure that everything you are
Assigned.
assigned. Yes, is also part of your job. So you can't just create a project and then go and sleep, whether they do
And
it or
rest,
not.
okay.
So you are also, an event planner is a project manager.
Manager, okay.
Yes, he has said, okay, cooking department, oh, this is what we are going to buy you. She will not go and sleep. She will still be in charge of disbursing the money they will use and buy. She will still be in charge of saying, okay, this is the day we are going to go to market. You understand? So
Yes.
your job does not end with just creating the tasks. Yeah, a whole lot of
Is to make sure that the tax
exactly. You are the
the
one
goal of the tax
fully
being actualized.
exactly. You are the one in charge of ensuring that everything that is required for the project to be completed is done.
A quick one, Mr.
Okay.
Chidozie.
Okay.
Please. So what happens if the mirror is not included? Does it mean that the those who are meant to carry out the task will not be able to see it on their end, or what?
Yes, they won't be
Thank
able to
you.
see it on their own board. If you don't mirror if you don't mirror it, they won't be able to see it on their own board. They might be able to see it on the general board, but the problem is this. Igbo people said, how did they used to put that in? That the goats that the whole community feeds used to die of hunger. So if everybody is seeing the task and the task is not assigned to anybody particularly, they might do as right that this nobody, you understand, before you know it, nobody will carry out. So that is why if you assign a task to the different departments, you have to ensure that these tasks are mirrored to their board.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chidozie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Number one, I want to know if for all the departments that you've assigned a task to, are you going to create a different board for all of them? Even if they are 10 in number, you create a different board for all of them and mirror their tasks to them.
Okay. Before this task, the company has been existing, right?
Yes.
So each individual department would already have their board. Even within them, they are using their board to plan one or two things that is not part of the general project. So this is a general project that is supposed to involve everybody. Within them, there are still small things that maybe tomorrow, Oga said when I come to work, I should go call Mr. So and so. They have their own board where they can also be planning their own things. You understand? So your own now is to mirror the task to their board so that they can know, oh, there is a new task that has come. This might not be the only task that the company will ever carry out. You understand?
Yeah. Yes. But what I'm asking is, assuming you're working with a startup
Yeah.
and you're the one that is supposed to set up this whole thing.
Yeah.
So you would create different boards for different departments.
Exactly.
Okay. The second one, for the custom field,
Mm.
are you supposed to just create a custom field for one particular card, or any custom field you create for a card is going to be used for all the other cards too?
Any custom field you create for a card, I think it appears on all the cards. Let me confirm that. So we created a custom field, and let me see. What are they asking for? Trial now. Waiting. Okay, no, this is not the place. Let me go back to the main board. Okay, I think I'll have to stop the recording so that it won't be so long, so that I can just